Traxa or something? I have no idea. Okay. Let's see if this is enough. Would have loved to find a green source earlier, but no such luck. Okay, I can go tutor up. Squirming's not going to do it. I could take another cruelty. I could take a founding. Huh, what to take here? Cruelty's going to bring back Sholdred next turn. I feel like I should take Jace or something. This turn I'm going to go Frillback Kicked and then use some maps, right? Or should I just take another Squirming Emergence? I'm going to take another Squirming, actually. Okay, so we crack this. Get a green. Now I can Frillback. Kick once. And I think I'm going to blow this up. And then map. Sure. Okay. Pass to them. And now Cruelty bringing back Sholdred should get us out of this life deficiency we have. They're probably going to have to burn a Sunfall at that point. And then I'll just Squirming Emergence. I have Jason play. If they Sunfall, it ruins their entire board here. They can make Carrot Cake tokens after the Sunfall, but... yeah, they're going to swing. Land. Could blow up my Restless Reef. I don't know if they're going to Sunfall here. They might. We'll see. I already have a Jace in my library. Or, sorry, in my graveyard. So I don't need to draw this. I'm going to get a Sholdred. Yeah. I'm going to shuffle. I don't care about Jace. Now what? Sunfall time? Oh, they can't Sunfall anymore. What am I saying? I'm going to wait for me to pull Sholdred in. I could just take Jace out of the graveyard instead of Sholdred, though. I am at 3 life. Oh, it's only... oh, I thought it was Creature or Planeswalker. Why did I think it was... oh, I'm thinking of Breach. Breach is Creature or Planeswalker, right? Okay, so let's put Jace into play. I could Cruelty again here, but I think playing Jace is fine. We only have 10 cards in our yard, but... draw some cards. Mill some cards. Gain life. Play land. No need to do anything yet, so let's pass. I can hardcast Atraxa next turn, or I can Squirming Emergence back in Atraxa. Either way, we're going to get Atraxa next turn. And they can Sunfall away the Atraxa, but they're not going to be doing much else here. They scry to the bottom. Yeah, they have to pull the trigger on Sunfall. That's going to be basically their whole turn here now. Lucky I didn't find a negate there. Yep. I'm at 5. That's a little risky. So, sadly, I think I'm going to have to... let's draw cards here. I guess I could play Picklock, but any creature I play... oh, that was... oh, man. So I can negate Sunfall here. That's nasty. So let's just jam Atraxa. I could jam Frillback. It is the safer option here. And then Frillback kills that artifact. So if I play Atraxa here... I'm going to negate Sunfall. And if they top deck another removal spell, so if they top deck Get Lost, they've already used one, but if they top deck Get Lost, I die still. They have Xaxes with the 5 damage there, right? So, like, if I take Tranquil Frillback, there's no way I can lose this turn. But if I take Atraxa, yeah, I'm going to go Frillback here. Gonna leave up 2 green. And I'm gonna pop the artifact there. And I'm gonna gain 4. Okay. Because I can just hardcast the Atraxa next turn. I don't need the Atraxa right now. Because if I play Atraxa right now, yeah, I might die. I could actually die. Even if with negate up, like I could counter the Sunfall and then they cast Get Lost and then they 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess they wouldn't have enough mana. Oh no, they would with the treasure now. Yeah, so they would have had enough mana to even activate that token and kill me. So play around the one removal spell that could kill me. It would still require them getting pretty lucky off the top, but I think this is better. Nice. Okay, I'll check it in a second. Layback. I'll bring it up here and leave it on the side. Surveil, indeed. They're not going to Sunfall this, right? 31 cards still, so I'm definitely going to mill 4 with Prankster here. They're drawing a bunch of cards. Sure. It brings back a thing from the graveyard. Yeah, whatever. Not going to negate that. Sure. Flip those carrot cakes. You're going to do it on end step? Deal. Don't think it matters. Mill 4, let's take a spell. Bitter Triumph. Not amazing. Take that Sunfall from you, I think. Could have slammed Atraxa, but again, there's no rush here. Let's pass. Want to make sure I don't die. I know they're going to flip these and attack. I want to negate a Kaya if I can, or even play Atraxa with 2 mana up would be ideal. I don't have any more Squirming Emergences in my deck, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3 Foundings. Wow, so I only have 1 Founding left. That's wild. I just randomly milled all of my Squirming Emergences in the first couple turns. Sure. They're going to get their triggers from Builder's Talent here. Oh no, it's non-creature, right? Never mind. Okay, keep drawing with that treasure map. That I should probably negate, right? No. You don't get one of those. Bring it back. Okay. Not bad. At least they used it on this and not on Kaya. I think I'm fine with that. Not much I can do, right? They can't get through. My turn? I think it's time to slam Atraxa. Then they've got to get lucky off the top with Kaya. They've got to find a big Kaya. I don't think anything else will do it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to deck them here because I randomly milled all of my stuff. Easy block there. Thank you. And let's attack. Atraxa. That gives them very little time to find something here. Yep. I get to refill. 25 in my hand. Or in my deck, I mean. Let's take a negate here. I don't think I need the land. Okay, so just 2 cards. Oh, I could have taken land, leave up, negate. What am I saying? Oops, I should have left up negate there. I didn't make a land drop this turn, did I? No, I didn't, right? They have less than 9 minutes remaining. Okay, can you kill Atraxa? I'm sure they can kill Atraxa here, right? But can they find Kaya is the question. I really should have taken a land. I don't think I played my land drop there, so I could have had up negate. For some reason, I don't know. I thought I had already played it to cast Atraxa, but I did. I drew a land and played it, so I didn't have 2 mana up. Yeah. Okay, sure. Got me. Draw some cards. Jace is going to draw us 3 here. I'm going to start milling them now, I think. Oh, they've got Get Lost. Okay, we have another Atraxa here, so I'm assuming they have an answer for this. Now I can actually play Atraxa, leave up, negate. Ooh, I don't have any basics left in my deck, I believe. No. So let's go Atraxa. We'll try and find a untapped land to play here. We should have no trouble doing that. 2 Jaces still in our deck. There's Cruelty and Whale. Sure, let's take all that. Play land, pass. They know we have Negate here, so I'm not sure what they're going to do. Jace is going to start decking them, I think. Cruelty brings back the Atraxa in my yard if I want. The Tranquil Frill back I could bring back as well and just kill something. Yep. What else do I have in my deck here that I could... I'm going to go fetch something, right? With, I guess I just go fetch the last Jace with my DT. I could play Cruelty of Gixir, Demonic Tutor, and find the last Jace and kill them. They've got to find Kaya here. They're going to have to tap out to do it, and I get to negate. They need to have a Duress into Kaya. Zoraline doesn't really matter. They can buy a thing back. Don't really care about that. Sure. No Kaya's in the yard. Don't think any of this really matters. It's got to be Kaya here. Kaya or bust. T-map. No, you can have that too. Draw all the cards you want. Jace is going to end this. Yep. So you can do some tricky shit here. One of the tricky things you can do is yep. One of the things you can do is Whale of the Forgotten bounces any non-land permanent. Yours, theirs, anything. I bounce Foundries with that. I bounce a bunch of stuff, right? Oh, look at how large you are. Bitter Triumph, though. I've got one of these, though, so, you know. Awkward. Toss my Fabled Passage, which is dead. Is there something to protect this guy? I'm not going to read all these goddamn words on all these cards. Look at all these sagas on the battlefield. Ridiculous. But what I can do here is go, well, punch face, of course. Gain some life. And then we can slam Jace. And I can -4. And then I can bounce Jace. Replay Jace, -5. Good Cruelty of Gixir as well. Ooh, there goes Kaya. Okay, so they can bring Kaya back. 21 cards. So I can put them to 6 cards in library. I have 17. Bounce. Discard. I still have Negate up here. They're going to get Kaya back, and they're going to exile my Atraxa here. I guess I just take another Atraxa, right? Okay, land. Nah. Pass. They get their big Kaya back here. I think that's fine. Kaya does not stop us from decking them. Yeah, Cruelty. I forgot Breach. I was so used to playing Breach combo. Breach brings back Planeswalkers. Cruelty is only creatures, right? Yeah, I keep forgetting that. Yep. Traxa not so great when you're going to get decked. Let's see if they... Oh, this is going to be really interesting. If they actually draw a bunch of cards here... But they know I have Jace. Yeah, they know they just... You can't draw here, right? What? Yep. Take some cards. Look at all those delicious cards. They just died to Jace. They have no duress. They need to decide in some hand disruption here. No room, I guess. Yeah, I know. There's so many words. I mean, Kamigawa, I remember when Kamigawa Neon Dynasty, when that came out, that was the wordiest set ever printed. I don't know if any sets passed it since then, but maybe OTJ if you count the extra big score cards, but that's like an oversized set. Like, out of the sets that are the normal, like 240 cards or whatever, or 200 cards, whatever it is now, Bloomburrow is a small one. It's under 200 cards, but like OTJ was a big set, but then they added the big score. Maybe that made it the wordiest set, but it's kind of not really one set. I don't know. I think I can discard Atraxa. So they have 13 cards? What? Oh. They just die to Jace? Why would they just make themselves die to Jace? They know I have a Jace in hand. If they have no way to take this, they must have a duress, right? Do you have some way to not... Like, I don't deck you? I think they just got so enamored with the idea of Atraxaing that they put themselves dead to Jace. You just don't draw down to 15 cards, right? And then they have one more turn to maybe try and kill me, but yeah, not good enough. Really grindy deck, white control deck, but yeah, I don't know. A lot of things I didn't like in that deck. That was a mulligan to 5. Just saying, we mulligan to 5 that game. We still beat them. Let's go squirming again. Oh, wait, I wanted to look at this control deck. Let me take a look at this Jeskai control deck real quick. Okay, so this is with Ral. Interesting. Okay. Only 2 Helix. Interesting. 1 Torch. 1 Shock. Weird. That is a sign of a deck that doesn't know what it wants to do. I like everything else that's going on, but all these one-ofs make no sense. You've got to... Oh, is this best of 1? No, this is best of 3. Yeah, you've got to just figure out which of these is the best one, and then play 4 of those. Like, you know, you should just be playing... You should probably just be playing a bunch of Get Losts here. I wouldn't even mess around with this. Yeah, Torch is not a good card unless you're making tokens with Carrot Cake and with, you know, the Forge. Like in the Boros deck, this is a good card. Shock is just even worse. Shock is just not good enough, I think. White has good enough removal at 2 mana that you don't have to play 1 mana removal. Plus you have Temp Lockdown to sweep. You don't need to kill like tiny things. So I would cut all this, but everything else outside of that looks pretty good. Yeah, I like the Silver Scrutiny. I was playing one of those in my control deck. Spellgyre is great. 7 Wraths. Yeah, no more Lies Deduce. 3 steps, all great, right? I love Lightning Helix. I would probably be playing, yeah, Lightning Helix and Get Lost as my removal and just cut all this. You don't need this. Something like that. Maybe 3 Get Lost. I'm not even sure. But you've got a lot of options there. Because Temp Lockdown, you don't have to play anything on 1. Just play a tapped land, right? Triple Spire Bluff? Ooh, maybe. What is this? 8 red sources? I think I'd rather have a little bit more white than red, but I like this. It looks good. So how you're saying Ral's been great, huh? Non-creature spell, get loyalty. I mean, the temp lockdowns and stuff wipe all the tokens, but it doesn't really matter. He sits there making more tokens. And then you're storming off, trying to, like, lightning helix them to death, maybe. Is it good enough at closing the game? That's what I'm wondering. And 4 of them is a lot. Is it that good? The tempo? Sure. I don't think you need it. But yeah, as somebody who's played a lot of blue-white control, you don't need to cast removal spells on turn 1. You get all the tempo back when you temp lockdown, right? That's how you get all your tempo back. But anyway, I don't like the shock, and the torch doesn't make any sense. Those are not for this deck. Those are for... The torch is for decks that are making a ton of tokens. Deduce makes a clue. I could sack that. No. Stop. No. You want to draw with the clue. You don't want to be sacking this to torch anything. Forget it. You know what I mean? Just because you have the way to make token, no. Just don't play Torch. The other deck's literally playing Carrot Cake, Forge, Urabrask's Forge, all that stuff. The Caretaker's Talent. That's the card I would play. If you wanted to lean more toward that, I could see that. Play Carrot, like, honestly, that's why I don't think you need Ral. Play Caretaker's Talent. Maybe like a Jeskai version of that Boros deck is good. But Ral makes tokens, I guess, but... Again, the reason to play Torch is you want to get that token early so you can kill something early. On turn 5, sacking a token to torch something is kind of like, okay, is that great anymore? I don't know. But I'm curious about Ral. So you're saying it is pretty great. I don't know. Those cheap burn spells I don't like, but the rest of the deck I could see being good. I have no comments. Yeah, this is awkward. Yeah, 8 red sources. I think at the end of the day, this is where it gets really rough, right? 8 red sources means there's going to be a lot of games where you can't cast Lightning Helix on the first 3 turns. And that's bad. And then, you know, Ral by turn 4 is even a little bit sketchy. Do you put more red sources in the deck? Well, now you can't play colorless lands then, or whatever. Like, you start having these real problems because of the red. At the end of the day, this is why I think blue-white control is better, and it's not worth splashing red for this. It's a powerful card, but it's not more powerful than the damage you're doing to your deck by playing a third color. The damage you're doing is hurting you more than this is gaining you. Do you know what I'm saying? I think that's the reason we're not seeing very much Ral. It is a good card, but it's just too painful. You'd be so much better off being a 2-color mana base, playing things like more Fountain Ports, more Demo Fields, or even like Sunken Ruins or whatever that land is to power up your other utility lands. You just get to do so much more, and your mana's butter smooth, right? You don't have to worry about not having red on turn 2 or whatever to Lightning Helix something, or turn 3. Late in the game, Lightning Helix gets a lot worse, like turn 4, 5, 6. Like, this is not doing anything. It's got to be cast early. That's why I think you should be playing white-red or white-blue. Jeskai, I feel like, is... It looks interesting, but you're only playing 2 red cards. You've got a couple more in the sideboard. Demo Field in the sideboard, I like that. I feel like at some point it's just not worth it. Like, yeah, it'd just be better to play 2 colors, right? It does look interesting, and you're winning with it. Carry on, but yeah, this is usually what I see is decks like this, and they always strike me as a delicate balancing act that you can never really nail down. You can't make your mana really good in this deck. Otherwise, you have to get rid of all these utility lands, and then even then, it's not like ideal. You're probably better off just not playing 3 colors. S-Black, what's up? Torch is okay, yeah. Oh yeah, great card. Look at the Boros control deck. That's a deck that uses Torch very well, right? You know, this deck is playing 4 Torch because you've got Carrot Cake and Caretaker's Talent and Forge and all these ways to make tokens, right? Tons of ways. 4 Fountain Port. 4. You're always going to be lightning bolting stuff. In this deck, it's very good. Sacking a Forge token after combat is insane. This deck can play 4. And 4 Lightning Helix, because it's white-red. And it's playing a bunch of sweet utility lands, because it's just 2 colors. It doesn't even have to worry about, you know, it still gets into a little bit of trouble with its mana, but it's going to be way more consistent than a 3-color deck, right? So I think this is like the deck, and Caretaker's Talent's so busted. If I'm playing blue, any kind of control deck right now, it's going to be playing this. So I think, again, going back to the Jeskai deck, what you could try doing, if you wanted to play Ral could be really nice with that, whatever it's called. Where's your deck's down here somewhere. Ral is really nice with the Caretaker's Talent, right? You could do, like, again, you could do a mix of that red-white deck and like a blue-white deck and try and make them, you know, put them together. So you play Talents, maybe you play a couple Forge. Maybe you don't go max because you've got Ral. You're definitely not playing 4 Ral. Maybe you play like 2 Ral. You don't play this at all because you don't need card draw because you have Caretaker's Talent. Deduce is still good. 3 steps, maybe you cut 1. Like, start like going through. You don't need this because you have card draw. Lightning Helix probably still good. And you could play 4. And now you could play Torch. Like, now it's getting to the point where, okay, I could see Torch being good in this deck. Maybe shave Temp Lockdown as well. You don't need that many sweepers. Like, something like this looks much better, right? Caretaker's Talent is so insane. This is the card draw engine. This is the replacement for Memory Deluge. It's not blue, which is interesting. You don't have to play blue in your control deck. Look at that white-red Boros control deck, right? But like, Ral works really nicely with Caretaker's Talent. Now I'm interested. If my Planeswalker pluses to make a token and draw a card, that's very good. That I'm into. Archangel Elspeth is the choice for a lot of decks because not only does it trigger and draw cards when it +1s like this, but it also minuses to bring back all your Forges, your Talents, your, like, all the cheap stuff, right? All your lockdowns. That's very powerful. So I think the white-red deck, whoever built it, it's like they've already gone through all these steps of like, should I play blue? Is it good? Okay, I'm cutting more and more blue cards to make these other cards, work. At some point, why are we playing blue? Let's just play a bunch of fountain ports in the deck and all that. Like, this could be an interesting direction to take it. You know what I mean? Yeah, no problem. And hey, like, you don't have to listen to a word I'm saying. I'm just like literally just throwing out my first 2 cents here. These are my first opinion. Like, when I see the list and I think about what's going on and what it could be doing instead and what would work better, like, I feel like experiment with this. This might be an interesting direction to go. I really feel like Caretaker's Talent is the best draw engine. When you play it, you don't have to play other draw spells. This does it. This draws you so many. Just play with this card. All it takes is playing with it a couple games, and you're like, wow. This thing is insane, or play against it. It's very frustrating. Anyway, the deck looks sweet. Keep experimenting. I'd love to see a good Jeskai deck with Ral. I think Ral works with the Caretaker's Talent in a very sweet, way. But nailing down that mana base and stuff, and then you gotta ask yourself, is this better than just playing 2 colors with more utility lands that work better with my Caretaker's Talents? Like, just getting to play 4 Fountain Port is so gross. Makes your Torch the Tower better. Now you can play those, and it's a tough toss-up. I'm not sure. You're paying a hefty price to play the red cards, or the 3 color, basically, whether it's red or blue. So you've got to, make sure that that's worth it. Coming back to the Squirming deck, I want to change this. I feel like I should play something in the main. Is there a green creature that ETBs and, like, shoots an artifact or enchantment? I know Lauren exists, but I'm not going to play Lauren in this. There has to be a green creature that ETBs and, like, destroy. Maybe I just go destroy. Oh, Cankerbloom, like something large. Oh, Brontodon. I forgot this card existed. Double green. You play Fade from History in my sideboard is okay. Oh. Oh, but this guy's triple green. Oh, whenever you cast... Oh, never mind. Whenever you cast a creature spell, never mind. Okay, this guy does it. Okay. Should I play one of these in the main deck or in the sideboard or something? I mean, Frillback is just better than this, right? It's just a whole mana cheaper. Frillback's just better. I should just be playing more Frillback, but I don't own any. I have to craft another one. I'm going to put another Frillback in my sideboard. Malicious Eclipse has been really garbo as well. I'm going to cut an Eclipse. Okay, craft. Let's try this. Yeah, they're bad though. There is Search Gift. Like, I don't want to play a 5. Like, Frillback's just the best of them, right? The gift cards? Maybe I don't own it. Let's just do this. Oh, this guy? Yeah. I have to give them a card, though. I know there are spells that do it, but I'm not playing spells. I want to play permanents. You've got to keep the permanent count very high here. So I'm not playing Paw Patch Patrol or whatever that thing is called. Double green? I mean, it's 1 cheaper than a Frillback, but it's a little bit larger, but giving them a card, I think Frillback's still better. And then it gives you Graveyard Hate as well. I thought maybe there was something better than Frillback, but there just isn't, right? It's just Frillback, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Frillback's just better. How you doing, Caliper, by the way? Oh, your deck tech. Oh my god, thank you. Forgot that. Yes, there you go. Okay, sorry about that. Thank you for reminding me. I would have missed it. Let's take one more deck here. But I've got to get back to the matches here. I don't like taking too much time away from the actual content of, let's play games. Play some matches. I'll look at one more, though. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I was looking, Rainy the Witch, Autumn Burchett. Autumn Burchett, the pro player, Pro Tour winning player, was playing something similar to this. I was watching their stream, and they were splashing black. Oh, you're Esper? 12 planes? Blah. Ugh, I hate lay down arms. What is this? Okay, so I thought it was a grindy control deck. What is this? Frontier Seeker. A mount, creature, or a planes? Are we playing mounts? No, it just gets land. Huh. Weird. How many land are you playing? 24? What a weird deck. I thought... I guess you are making enough tokens. I was going to say, why these two? These two jump out at me as being totally unplayable, but everything else looks good. I like this shell. The only problem with these white grindy shells, you can't end the game. Eternal Wanderer sucks, right? This card is not ending any games. I would be cutting a bunch of these and playing black and playing like Breach the Multiverse. Why do you have these lands here? Are these just to surveil? They're just for surveilling, right? Yeah, surveil, yeah, okay. Oh, they can grab, yeah, that's fair, yeah. Or Archway. Oh, the Archway, the double, oh yeah, right, yeah. A desert? Okay, so you're not, yeah, you're just, it's just the bounce land, okay. I'm not a fan of these. I feel like I want more stuff that triggers talent. let's play like again, Carrot Cake might be good in this deck, or again, I saw Autumn Burchett playing a version that's almost like, do you guys remember there was a mono white way back, previous like a year ago, more than a year ago now, standard, when mono white 8 Field of Ruin deck was kind of good, and it was so long and grindy, and one of their problems was they could not close the games. They totally control the game, bringing all this stuff back with the Paragon, Sarah Paragon, and all that stuff, just drawing cards and blowing up your lands, but then it just took them forever to close the game out. I feel like you're going to have that problem with this deck, you know what I mean? I want to see like a power spike on top to win the game, decisively just end the game once you've got it under control. So like they were playing Breach the Multiverse, and I thought, yeah, that's sweet. Just, just 1 or 2. That's it, 2 Breach, because you're digging through so much of your deck with this that you eventually find it and you do the thing. Hey, Son of the Gateway, did you see me playing this? I was playing this and going, yeah, this card is awesome in the sideboard against, or with Caretaker's Talent. You get to naturalize and draw a card when you get a token. It's so good. Has it been good? I thought it was pretty good, but... yeah, White Sun's a little bit slow. You've got to be really hard ramping, I think, for that card to be good. Plus, wrathing your own board is a little weird in a deck like this. I guess you're heavy enough white that Laydown Arms works. I hate playing this many planes in my deck. That's why I don't love Lay Down Arms. I mean, you've got 16 planes here, but as a win con, yeah. So you would have like just a one of. You could. I still think you should be almost monocolored and just touching black for Duress and for Breach, Duress in the sideboard, and Breach the Multiverse in the main deck. You have another Breach in the sideboard. You bring in against Domain and the late game decks. But anyway, if you want to keep it mono white, I still think there's got to be better choices than this. Why not like Steel Seraph or something? Is it really that important to ramp that hard? This puts it in your hand. And this is such a weird card. I think it's rare that you're getting lands off this. Like usually, I don't know. Unless you're playing against Domain and they're ramping or something. I'm not a fan of that. I think there's way better options than that. Oh, you haven't... oh, okay, I see. Parting Gust could be, sure. Parting Gust, though, it's twice as much mana, right? That's the 2 mana one. Gift, or... yeah, you gift them something, right? Is that the one? Partying Gust. Oh, I don't even have any. Yeah, this thing. Yeah. It's an instant, which is sweet. That's a big advantage over lay down arms, but... double white. I guess you're so white that that's not a problem. Yeah, maybe you do play something like this. I didn't think about that. And then of course you could even use it to exile your own thing, like exile Beza, get the trigger again. That might be interesting. If you've got, synergy with some of your own stuff here, that could be even better than Lay Down Arms. Yeah. That's interesting. Good call. I kind of like that. Saving your stuff, I don't ever give a shit about saving my own stuff. Ever. The only time I care about saving my own stuff is if it has really good ETB triggers. So, yeah, Beza's got a pretty good ETB. Novice Inspector is kind of mediocre. You're never saving this, right? You're never saving one of these. Like, who gives a shit? I wouldn't spend a card to save these, ever. But Beza, that could be interesting. And then if you're using it primarily as a removal spell, that's the main reason it's in the deck, then it kind of makes sense, right? I could see it. That might be interesting. 2 mana is rough. Like, 2 mana is much worse than 1, but instant speed. Non-token creature. I mean, not being able to hit a token might be relevant as well, but not often, right? Looks interesting. I like this. I was actually going to try build a version like this, but not with this stuff, but building around Caretaker's Talent and white control with a black splash for Breach, just to have something on the top end to just go bang. All right, I win. Once I do all this ramping and controlling and everything, I just pull way ahead, you know? Could even play a Kaya at that point, big Kaya. I just don't like Emperor or Eternal Wanderer or whatever. She sucks. She's always sucked. I'm especially disappointed in her because I thought she was going to be good. When this card got spoiled, I was like, hey, sweet. And then we're like reading it and it's like, oh, well, the Wrath isn't that good, you know, because you have to still leave them with something. And then the 2/2 double strikes, like, oh, are those going to be good? It ended up none of these things mattered. She's too expensive for this low impact shit that she does, right? So I don't like this. I don't like this card either. I would play 2 of these. I would play like 1 of these. Oh, did I just cut them all? Oh, I didn't mean to cut them all. You could still keep 1 of them, I guess. You're not blinking anything for value except maybe Beza. This thing, like, I know. So maybe that's why you have these. I don't know. If you cut the Emperor, then you can cut, like, the 2 drop, I guess, could be okay still, but the 3 drop, I don't like. This card's not good. And then you could play black. You're freeing up all these slots to play something huge on the top end to go over the top of them, right? It doesn't even have to be black, but I just think that's the best thing. Breach is still such a huge haymaker. You can't play Atraxa or some other stuff in this deck, right? So Breach, Kaya, something like that, something huge. Kaya's really good right now because she can exile enchantments and give you a copy of them. That is very powerful. A lot of great enchantments in Standard right now. The talents have kind of taken over the format. With Archways, when he enters. Oh, I guess you're, oh, I see. That's the whole thing. You're trying to, okay. I guess so. Yeah, I see what you mean. In that case, it works. So you've got one kind of synergy with this guy. I just don't think you need this. I don't think you need it. I see what you're doing there, but it seems too cute to me. Like, it's not worth putting these cards in your deck to do that. Just play lands. Just play normal lands. And play more of them. I don't know. So, an interesting take. I like it, but I would be changing things already. There's stuff that I think is not great here. I would be experimenting with that, what Calper said there. That might be interesting. The gift thing. But Flanker and Rip. Triple Lockdown, yeah. Yeah, nice. Some control elements in the sideboard. You kind of side into a control deck. I like that. Yeah, I like what's going on here. I think mono white is a good deck, but it can't just be white. You've got to be basically mono white. Just touch one other color to fill the hole that it's missing here. There's a huge gaping hole in the finisher department in these decks. Emperor is not it. Emperor is not good enough to go over the top of anything. So people are playing Atraxa. People are playing huge shit. I don't know. I just feel like people are going to go over the top of you. You need a way to go over the top of them. And Breach is the best way, I think. Just touching black a little bit. And again, you could go a little bit deeper. If you want to play Kaya in the sideboard or something against control, or I don't know, not control, I don't even know. Against domain. It's very good against domain. Kaya exiles leyline bindings and obviously Atraxas and all that big stuff. I think it looks good. I think there's something there, but I like branching out into another color. It's interesting though. I'd like to see that thing in action. The 3 drop. I still have no faith that it's good, but you're trying to make a bad card better by playing your Arid Mesa or whatever. Not Arid Mesa, the Gateway. Whatever it's called, Bounce Land. And it's like, that does line up well, but like it's these 2 bad cards or mediocre cards that like you're trying to make them both better by putting them together when you should just be playing neither of them, I think, I don't know, maybe. I could be wrong, but I'm harsh. I'm a harsh judge. I'm trying to give you I want to criticize as much as possible, as long as it's valid criticism. I think if everything I've said to me makes sense, I could be wrong, but that will help you the most, right? Criticism, the actual constructive criticism. I don't just want to say, oh yeah, everything looks great. Oh, you told me you think it's good, or you said it's good. Sure, I trust you. Like, I believe you, but like, even if those two things are good together, oh, I feel like separately they're so bad. I would play almost any other 3-drop there, right? Like, there's got to be so many good 3-drops in white. I guess we lost Wedding Announcement, but Steel Seraph, I can't, none of them are coming to mind now. But there's a few that actually blink stuff. I know people have tried to make that 3-mana 3/3 flyer that ETBs and blinks. Girapur, is it Girapur? Or I can't remember the name of some angel. You could do stuff like that, but you like the constructive criticism? Cool. So I'm not trying to rip it apart. I just feel like there are some cards that are weaker. And I'm telling you what I've seen other people do who are very good. I mean, like I said, Autumn Burchett's a pro tour winning pro and very good at Magic. And I was watching them play a deck that looked almost the same. They weren't doing the mana ramp stuff, but it was like the Innkeeper or Caretaker's Talent, drawing a bunch of cards, and then just had this black touch at the top for these big swingy breaches. And it was really good. Breach, of course, bringing back Kaya out of your graveyard, or bringing back some huge, planeswalkers good, maybe Elspeth, or Beza or something. And then obviously grabbing something from your opponent. I liked the black touch. It looked really good, because that's the big weakness of those decks since they've existed in Standard for the last 2 years or year and a half. They've been just really soft. They don't have a way to just close the door, right? Control has that problem. Blue-white, same thing. Blue-white has no real way to just seal it shut, because once you're ahead, you've got to start ending the game, because otherwise your opponent will draw out of it and eventually find more threats, and then you have to continue to answer all their... Like, you can't just answer them indefinitely. Once they've run out of gas, now you've got to, shift gears and shut it down before they find more gas. And I find, like, white always had this problem doing that. Splashing black lets you just have this bang, like, haymaker at the end that just ends the game, basically. Which I thought was really good. Anyway, it's something to think about, but... Okay, I'm going to try keeping this. I could lead with Passage on Green here. I think I should. Gonna throw my opponent off when I fetch a forest here, watch. Okay. 1 permanent in the yard. Ho, ho, ho. 2 permanents in the yard. Ho, 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 ho. Oh boy. The black discard decks. This is where they run into trouble. You're playing a discard deck that just powers up my whole strategy. Let's see if we can get a turn 3 Atraxa here. Ooh, 3 more permanents. I'm gonna take Picklock. So they need a Duress or something here, or I might be able to slam a 7-drop. That doesn't matter. Yeah, gotta be very careful when playing discard decks. I mean, you can't really do anything about it. Your deck's made to discard, and then you play against a deck that's also trying to discard its own cards, and it's like, oh my god. It must feel so hopeless. Yeah, Liliana? Sure. I don't even need to use this Picklock right now, because I can emerge whatever I want here. But I still will. Oh. It didn't even give me a chance. I clicked auto pass, and I guess I did it too slow or something. Oops. I can toss Squirming here, right? Do this. Oh, holy shit. Holy shit. My turn. Squirm. Turn 3 Atraxa. I guess it's turn 4, right? Could play Jace here. Could play Harvester. I think I'm just going to go Atraxa, though. Atraxa's a pretty sexy machine. Of course, Lily eats it, but who cares? Who cares about that? I think I'm gonna take this. Ouch. Fabled. Okay. Crack. Could get a white. I guess I'll get a white here just to make sure I can hardcast the Traxas later. They have to minus Lily. They're down to 1 card in their hand, which is why I don't think that discard deck is very good. They run out of cards because all of their cards, to make me discard, they have to spend cards. Every card that makes me discard a card makes them discard a card. They have to spend it, right? So they end up like this with no cards in their hand, and now every discard spell they draw, well, usually I usually don't have cards in my hand either. Every card they draw just gets worse and worse and worse because these discard cards don't do anything. Their Duresses are dead, their Bandits whatever is dead, and all this stuff. Anyway, we've got another Squirming here. I can just bring back something huge. Could bring back a Jace, I suppose. I kind of want to kill Braids. Let's get another blue source here. So how do I do this? I could bring back a Traxa and then play... Yeah, let's just bring a Traxa back again, right? And then play a Picklock to protect a Traxa from another sack effect here. Oh, mama. Oh, mama. Smoltron, what's up? So I'll take all those. Oh, I could Founding into Bounce Braids, make them discard a card. No, I just want to play one of these, I think. Pass to them. This makes Lily not able to eat a Traxa here. That's probably better. How you doing, Smoltron? Winning with Angels. Nice. Keep cruising. I'm going to get a brewski here. Turn 4 Atraxa too strong? Yep, I guess so. Okay. Playing against the discard deck. The creatures probably won't matter here. Can cut Vaultborn and Harvester. Maybe Negate and Duress are good. Jace could be pretty good here too. They're probably not going to have any way to beat Jace, right? Tidebinder, maybe not amazing here. Tranquil Frillback could be good. They're going to bring in, they've got Bandit's Talent. They've also got the, what is it? They're going to have like Phyrexian Arena, stuff like that against me, right? I think Jace is still good here. Oh, this is tough. Cruelty might not be amazing. Portal might not be amazing here. I can cut like a Portal probably. Terror Tide. I don't know if they're going to bring in creatures. I'm going to ditch my Terror Tides. I want to find room for these Jaces. Maybe I ditch like the Archaeologists here. I cut the Archaeologists almost like a lot against non-aggro decks, right? The music resets. Yeah. Dugio said the same thing, Smoltron. Norn? Really? I mean, they can just Liliana the Norn, right? They have a bunch of, like, black. I don't side in Norn against black decks because they have a million ways to kill it. They're going to leave in their Go for the Throats because they have to kill Atraxa somehow. And then this thing's just going to die to Liliana or Go for the Throat or whatever they have. Bitter Triumph. I don't know what they play. You're right. It does shut off the ETBs from a bunch of stuff. I don't know. I could try it. I think it's just going to die. I think I'd rather play Jace. I think this is too vulnerable. Like, it doesn't ETB and do anything. That's the problem. I'm going to spend a bunch of mana to either reanimate it or cast it. They're going to just kill it. Atraxa at least draws me a bunch. All these other cards do something when they ETB. This doesn't. Bonnie Paul might be interesting as well here. But I'm going to try this. See what happens. But you're right, Smoltron. They're like... I think the first thing I think of is, yeah, does it have any targets in their deck? Yeah, there's enough cards in their deck that ETB and have triggers that Elesh Norn is probably worth it. But the other side of that coin is, yeah, can they kill it? Yes, they can. Like, against Domain, Elesh Norn is so good because Leyline Binding can't kill it. And that's their main removal spell. That's why it's so good against the Domain decks. It's not that great against black decks. Because black decks just shoot it with a removal spell, right? Am I going to keep this? I think I will. Tiny Bones. Thank you, buddy. I needed this 7-drop in the yard. Appreciate you. Ooh, the Founding. What a draw. I love this card. This card is so sweet. It's so flexible. You can just read ahead. I can just go in the late game, just, oh, Founding. Cast Squirming Emergence immediately out of my graveyard or whatever. I'll ditch Bitter Triumph. Probably don't need it anymore. Okay. Founding, cast 4 mana worth of spells on turn 2. Deal. Ponder. Need a land here. Okay, that sucks. I would love to have milled 2 permanents, but land pretty clutch. I'm probably just going to Jace next turn and mill myself. Okay. I can ditch that. Oh, I can't Fabled get untapped land. What am I saying? Yep. Ooh, that's a lot of permanents. Okay. I think I'm going to get another black source here. I have Cruelty of Gix. Yeah, I'm going to get black. Pass. So next turn, I can discard Squirming Emergence and then cast it for 8 here. Just put Atraxa back into play. Yeah, so if they make me discard Squirming Emergence, that's kind of great. I'm also going to mill with Picklock, but... Oh, they top decked the sideboard hate piece. Lucky. Very lucky. That's okay. Jace will fill us back up very quickly. As soon as I go for Squirming, they're going to pop that thing, right? Mm-hmm. No problem. You're out of action already? You dumped your blew your whole load already, huh? Oof. Make me discard one more time. Otherwise, I'm going to cast Whale. Sure. So if I Fairy on end step, yeah, I think I will still. They're going to exile whatever in our yard, but we still get a spell back here. Ooh, Squirming. Yoink. Okay. Now Whale triggers. I can duress them as well. Yeah, let's duress them here. Okay. Now are you going to respond? Okay. Whale on you. Oh. Pretty good. I think I could just play this, right? Okay, pass. So they play their thing, we kill it, or bounce it with Whale. Either one, and they discard a card. I could have Whaled and just made them discard a card there without bouncing anything. Maybe that's better. Find a land, play a land. Yeah, I should have actually Whaled there and maybe made a land drop. We'll see. Sure, mill a card. Jesus. This is really bad against me. They should take that out of their deck. They know that I'm trying to discard my cards. Okay, let's do this. Waste their turn. They can discard a card, and then I will look at the top 3, find a land, hopefully, here. I'm stuck on 3 land. At some point, they're going to have to pop Soul Guide. I don't really give a shit. I'm going to keep milling. It doesn't matter. We can refill. Like, I can just Jace -5 myself and mill, like, half my deck and immediately have Squirming back on, right? I do need the land this time, don't I? I have 2 Squirmings in hand. We should be fine. Okay, they discard Go for the Throat. Sure. Like I said, they leave in their Go for the Throats. I think I'm going to keep that on top, actually. Okay. Bandit's Talent doing nada here. Mill a card. Picklock off the top. Got me. They can't exile my graveyard? Why not? They don't have to pay 1. They just have to tap it. Attack. Okay, I think I do want to get this this Soul Guide off the battlefield, so let's just do this. Force them to use that. And then I'm probably chumping this with Sholdred. And then I'm going to Jace. Yep. Yeah, draw a card for 1. Yep. So it doesn't matter, they can always do that. It's just a matter of when I want them to do it. I was hoping to draw more lands and survive here. But I'm not able to double spell. I need to cast 2 things in 1 turn to start making progress. A little choked on mana. Play Jace for 3, pay 2 life. This doesn't really make any difference. Toss Atraxa. I'm getting closer to squirming back Atraxa here. I suppose, what? I lost life. Oh, and I lose 2. Oh, I thought if I discard a non-land, I don't lose life. What card does that? There's another card that makes you discard it, and if you discard a... Oh, is it... Oh, no. Akhlazot says if you discard a land, it makes a bat, right? Yeah, non-land doesn't make a bat. This says if you discard a land, you discard 2 cards. Oh, tapped land. Come on. I go to 8, then I go to 4, then I go to 2, and I'm just dead. I go to 1 because Kaervek. Shitty draws this game. Fucking hell. Whatever. Gonna kill myself here. Let's have a good draw next game, and we should be okay. This deck is pretty easy to beat, I think, for us. Maybe I just minus all? I'm gonna do this. And draw. I could just minus 3 and mill 9 here. Ooh, squirming up to 4 now. That's not quite good enough. If I can mill a Cruelty of Gix and then squirming the Cruelty the Atraxa, or... I'll never be able to bring Portal back at this rate, but... Okay, Scry 2. Top. Nice. Think I'll probably end up dying this turn. Oh, I'm at 6? Okay. I think we can just scoop here. What did I take damage from? That doesn't do damage to me when it goes to the graveyard, does it? Oh, Jace, the trigger from Sholdred. Yeah. Right. Okay, run it back here. They're lucky. They found their sideboard hate card just in time there to hold us off, and then we ended up not finding any lands and being able to play around it. But man, I think 1 more turn, if they had not had that lantern on the very turn they drew it, we would have slammed something huge into play there. It would have been awesome, but unfortunate. That avatar is ridiculous. Is he crushing like an animal skull? Bizarre. Sure. Keep this. But you see how, yeah, like you play against a deck like Mono Black with a deck like this, you know, God, a bunch of times. There's going to be so many games where they let me discard what I need to power up my reanimation, you know what I mean? Yeah, they can take whatever they want here. It does not matter. They should take Wail of the Forgotten, but they're probably going to take Squirming Emergence. They're going to take Picklock? Oh, they can't take Picklock, yeah. It's got to be Wail or Squirming. It's going to be Squirming, I'm pretty sure. But we can buy that back later. I want to find land here. Oh, Founding is great. But land more important. 2 more permanents in the yard. Or 1 more, I guess. 2? 2 more. Bandit's Talent. With pleasure. I will discard my 7-drop. Okay. Draw my card again. Ooh, Founding. Okay, just need to find some lands again here, please. Bandit's Talent. Set up my Atraxa nicely. What else you got? Take whatever you like. Hopefully we draw land. That's all I care about. So none of the cards in my can find me land here, sadly. Jace can mill 3. Exile a card. Sure. Jace plus. Let's duress. Cut down? What? Why is cut down in their hand? Okay. It's gotta be Sholdred. Sure. Let's see if we can find a Bitter Triumph. I'll stop on my upkeep here. No such luck. Are we gonna find a land at least? Thank you, dear God. Okay. I could get lucky here. I'm gonna crack this and get Forest. And see what Jace mills. I'm taking another 2, of course, but I don't really care. Oh, man, come on. Okay, so let's go Founding into Prankster. Could play Jace here, but I just need to get a Squirming Emergence, so hopefully this finds us one. No? Ouch. Okay. I could go Picklock there and just take a bunch of damage, but I'd like to chump Sholdred here. Haven't seen a Squirming Emergence yet. That's unfortunate. We're over halfway through our deck and I haven't seen a single one. All I need to do is find one. So if I draw an untapped land here, I can actually go Picklock into Squirming Emergence if I find it. I'm going to mill 4 cards off Founding as well. I already have so many in the yard that maybe I don't even mill myself here. It's kind of interesting. I can ditch Jace. Sure. Do we find an Emergence? That's actually clutch. That's what I needed. So now I can actually find one. Do I mill myself? I'm gonna mill them. Emergence? There we go. Finally. Jesus. Okay, so what do I want to get here? Portal? Portal's pretty insane. One with the multiverse. I think I'm just going to get Portal to Phyrexia here, right? They can't get this off the board. Should just win the game by itself. Okay. Next turn, we can cast Squirming Emergence again out of the graveyard, get Atraxa down, and maybe start gaining some life. Atraxa plus a fairy to protect it from Liliana seems pretty good. I have no cards in hand, so these cards are all useless. Half the cards in their deck don't do anything anymore because they're all discard effects. This is the problem with playing black, I think. You just... all your cards trade 1 for 1, and then you both run out of cards, and then your draws are way worse than all of your opponent's draws, right? A Sholdred? Nah. Atraxa. Atraxa best. Maybe I'd find a Tranquil Frillback. I guess I need a Forest as well. Oh, they just scoop. Appreciate that. They know they're not beating Portal. Portal is too good. Mono black? How are they going to get an artifact off the battlefield? It's just going to win me the game, right? A diamond. Let's go to Mythic, baby. But yeah, I don't know. I think the Mono Black is not a tier 1 deck in Standard. It's tier 2, and that's why. Because it just can't compete with the card advantage in other decks. What do you do against a deck that casts a Caretaker's Talent? You just get wrecked. All of your discard just gets undone by their card draw. So you're the one down cards, they're not. And you can't interact with the enchantment. I don't know, or the artifacts. That just feels like a little bit too weak to me. You can still steal games if you manage to draw the right amount of discard and pressure and, you know, get them, but I think if a lot of other decks draw even fairly well, they don't even need to draw the nuts to beat you, right? I don't know. I'm not a fan of Mono Black. What would you say are the best 5 decks in Standard right now? It's got to be an aggro deck like Boros Convoke, or, you know, maybe it's... I don't know what flavor of aggro, but I put them all in one slot. It's either Boros or Gruul or Mono Red, one of those 3, like an aggro deck. Domain... and again, I'm not sure what flavor might be the best, but a Domain deck is almost certainly one of the top decks. Golgari, mid-range, with the Vraska Innkeeper's Talent combo is one of the top decks. That's the most played deck in Standard right now, according to actual data from like MTGO and real-life tournaments and stuff. I'm going to mulligan. I can keep this, but not amazing. Okay. What else? What else is up there? Tishana's Stop Sholdred trigger? Yes. Tishana's will shut down a Sholdred and it will not do anything anymore. Ooh, red. Maybe I get to Bitter Triumph away in Atraxa here. Getting ready to Cruelty of Gix. Oh, it's the Lizards deck. Okay. Charlie, what's up? Yeah. The nice thing about Tishana's, it does shut down artifacts. So now with Urabrask's Forge or whatever being everywhere, it really is super good. Like, it's even better than it was. Oh, Squirming is great, but I need lands here. I'm just going to get to Cruelty, I think. Let's take this. We can get double black next turn. And Squirming Emergence in the yard, not the best, but I just need to hit a Cruelty here, right? Sure. Oh, then I draw that. Okay. Any land now does it. Might Bitter Triumph something here. I don't want to lose life because a bunch of their stuff triggers off losing life. But I have to pay 3 life to do this. What? Can I take that back? Oh, Z. Okay. Take 2. What else you got? Okay, so they're gonna go big wide here. They probably play Go for the Throat, so they might have an answer to Atraxa, and then they might kill me. Ooh, that's gross. No Offspring, or is that... Yeah, no Offspring. Okay. Fuck off. Okay. Pretty lucky. They gotta take Cruelty here. Hopefully I find a sweeper to ruin them, but... Yeah. None of this matters until they play the Thoughtseize. The only card that actually matters here. Which, obviously, they were trying to make me do stuff, hopefully, and I can't counter anything, but they don't know that. They want to play this last to beta counter or whatever. Yep. Pretty lucky. That's all they needed. Ooh. Wouldn't have been able to cast it. Okay. Well, looks like we still have Atraxa, homie. Thanks for the discard. Should I just plus here? I don't think so. I think I'm just going to go Atraxa, right? Bonk. I don't want that. The funniest part about all this is they thought they had me. They thought it was good. I'm going to draw 6. Okay. Oof. I thought it was good. I'm like, damn, I'm going to have to get lucky. And yeah, milling. Just a surveil land was good enough, giving me 5 permanents in the yard. Yeah, there's the Go for the Throat. That's why I said Atraxa might not be quite good enough, but I think we'll be able to come back now that I've refilled my hand, I hope. I can't believe I didn't find a sweeper. It's actually kind of unlucky. So let's see if I can find a sweeper here. See what happens. No. So I can Squirming back Cruelty. Cruelty gets back Atraxa. Let's do that again. Cruelty. Cruelty gets Atraxa. No. Atraxa draws Wrath this time? Okay, that's not bad. Yeah, I'll take all this. Taking everything because, there's the Wrath. I want to discard a bunch of this stuff, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. All the big stuff goes away. Now Whale's turned on. I have an Atraxa. Hope you have another Go for the Throat. Oh, you luck sack. God, my opponent's lucking out here. Very lucky. Okay. Jeez. Now we Wrath. I'll crack this first. Okay, Vaultborn obviously insane. I could just slam Vaultborn gain 3, but I might die. Black, black, green, green, blue. I could use another blue. Green, green, green. 1 green is pain. It's blue or green here? I think it's green. Minus 12? Is that enough? Minus 12, I guess you could say. Woo! Discard that filthy bat. Goddamn lizards! Go back to the hole from whence you came. Even the card in your hand, I want all of it. I want all of it. Whale. Hold up. Whale. I could bounce my own founding again, but I don't need to, right? Throw that thing out. Yeah, I'll take one of those. 25 cards in the deck. 3 life. Can they top deck some kind of burn spell to kill me? No, they scoop on 18. This deck is very powerful. Squirming Emergence is ridiculous. Squirming into Cruelty, Cruelty into Atraxa. So you just need to get Squirming to 5, obviously, if you're going to try and Cruelty. And, you know, they took the Cruelty out of our hand. Didn't matter. We just drew the Surveil land. That was lucky drawing the Surveil land, but any fetch land would have done it, right? We had a bunch of ways to put permanents in the yard. I had 5 mana, so I could even have cast a fairy or an archaeologist to do it. I did it with archaeologist the second time, right? Milling the enough permanents. Do it. It's pretty funny. Terror Tide good. Eclipse good. After that, it gets a little shaky here. Portal's good. One with the multiverse. Harvester's good. Okay, Jace no good. I think Whale is not good either. I don't want to bounce or do anything to these guys. Maybe I take out all the whales. Frillback only gains life. I guess it's a body, but Bonnie, just 2 bodies. Doesn't gain me life. Vaultborn gains me life, which is huge. I think I'm just going to go like this. We've got Harvester, Triple Terror Tide, and Malicious Eclipse. These are all sweepers, essentially. 4 Bitter Triumph, double Portal. I don't know. I'm going to try this. What? Anyone else has felt this, but I've never mulliganed more because the land's going to greener than I ever have paper? Yes, you have. If you feel like you mulligan more in Arena, it's your brain tricking you. Because think about it this way. In real life, I go meet my friends, we play Magic. In a 3-hour session of Magic with real people, we might play 4 games, 5 games, depending on the decks we're playing. If it's a slow deck or if we're playing Commander, it might only be 2 games, you know? On Arena, because everything's automated and it's so fast to play games, you're playing so many more games per hour that you're seeing that variance manifest itself more clearly in your games. That's what's happening, but your brain's telling you, Arena, I notice it more. It's like your brain's not putting that 2 and 2 together, that the reason you're noticing it more is because you're playing so many more games. So it feels like you're getting mana screwed more. You're not. If you feel like you are, you don't play enough in real life. That's all that means. I've been playing for many, many years in real life, way before any of this existed. And trust me, it happens just as often in real life. But again, it's that weird, you know, it's your brain tricking you. Your brain it thinks it's more because it's not realizing that you're playing way, way, way more games. So, am I going to Whale of the Forgotten here and find land? I think I can get there with this, right? I think it's risky. This is really, I've got the Terror Tide. They're gonna make me discard it, but I've got this guy to, you know, kill something early. Sure. Ooh. I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna keep that on top. Okay. No Fabled Passage, at least. Sure. Probably taking Terror Tide here, but Harvester pretty good too. And Whale, they're all good. Taking Whale! Interesting. They must have another Duress here, or another Bat or something to take my Terror Tide. Another Duress, but they don't take... Okay. Yeah, just do this. Okie dokie. Sure. Take my Terror Tide. Oh, you can't even... Oh, great. I'll discard the 7-drop. Thanks. Might even bring that back soon. Ooh, lands. They are down to 1 card and a top deck here. Sure. So now we're both in basically top deck mode, but I have so many more great draws, I think, than them. They've only got 2/2s in play here. Okay, I have a Squirming Emergence. So if I mill a nice mill here, I might be able to Squirming back something very sweet. There's all the permanents. Now I get to go... Squirming X is 6! Oh, but I can still bring back Harvester. They're looking at my graveyard like, oh, I'm fucked. Yes, you are. You are fucked. Oh, if I could only do it for more. I could Terror Tide here, but why Terror Tide when I can Harvester, right? Harvester. Wrath you. Like I said, we have a few better, a couple of better top decks, I think, than my opponent. Now, if they draw Duress or any of these discard effects, they're useless. Okay. Okay. Wow, that is a good top deck they just ripped. I can't really attack here, can I? Yeah, pretty lucky. Oh, hi, Mark. Oh, but I can't bring back... Okay, so I could bring back Founding? Yeah, let's go Founding. I could bring back Archaeologist here as well, but... Founding, that gets back... Or that mills for 4, and then on Chapter 3 casts the Squirming Emergence that I just put in the yard. Now I can bring back Portal to Phyrexia, and that's going to be a GG. Wait, what? Oh, they exiled a Founding off the top from my deck. Useful. That's why Jasper Flint sucks. Gaunty sucks. Siphon Insight sucks. Outrageous Robbery sucks. I mean, in specific situations, sure, but people love stealing other people's stuff and trying to beat them with it, but it's a meme. This guy's a lizard, at least, randomly, so that makes sense. This guy's a lizard. GG. Portal to Phyrexia, not gonna be beatable, I think. Eeeees. Seguda, what's up? How you doing? Tasty burgers and beer. Oh, I'm jealous. What is this, Charlie? A good list for Golgari midrange. Yeah. And Yagaduku, look, check out MTG Top 8. Just go to mtgtop8.com. Oops. And go to Standard. Click on Standard. And then it'll break it down by archetype, but you can also just look at tournaments. Look at the last couple of big tournaments or MTGO challenges with like over 100 players. And find a list and copy it, and then start trying to either complete that list by crafting with your wildcards and stuff as you get more and more of them. You know, if I'm missing this and I'm missing this, okay, what can I use instead? You know, instead of Tranquil Frillback, I can't craft it. Let's play some uncommon that blows up artifacts, or you know, like you. And then as you complete the deck, you start replacing all that stuff with like the actual best stuff, right? Edarbs, what's up? Stop playing Arena for this very reason, regardless of playing more games faster in Arena. Oh, come on. Yeah, no. The Shuffler, you guys you're duping yourselves. There's no rigging of the Shuffler or anything. Is that what you're implying? Or there's more variance? This is a phenomenon that persists across every digital card game. And they're all using the same algorithm. There's the one algorithm that's like 99.999999% random. But people take that and they go, oh, what? It's not true randomness? Nope, then it's rigged. It's like, no, guys, that's conspiracy thinking bullshit. But people are very enamored by conspiracy theories, or I don't know is anybody on Twitter here? You get an earload over there for sure. Trust me, it just feels like you're getting more mana screwed. You're not. It's not any more than real life at all. Just simple math. It's the way data works. But your brain doesn't get that. And it's not like I'm saying you specifically. My brain too. I constantly have to fight against my own brain because my brain wants to shortcut. My brain wants to just assume that there's, oh, this makes this because of this. You know, no. Nope. Sometimes you gotta rein in the brain. Rein your brain in, okay? It'll go off if you let it. You can't let it. Will. That is what willpower is. Okay, I'm gonna keep this in the dark. All right, you're playing in a tournament for the first time? Hey, good for you, Lee. In a real life tournament? What are we talking about? Digital Magic? Okay, so tips. I mean, okay, is this your first time in a tournament? Your opponents always should present their deck every single time they shuffle their deck. When they present their deck, always shuffle your opponent's deck. Never cut your opponent's deck. Take their deck, shuffle it a few times, cut it once, do whatever, and give it back to them. Don't fucking pile shuffle it. Don't go crazy. Just shuffle it. Every single opponent. If an opponent doesn't let you shuffle their deck and they start drawing cards, say, excuse me, you didn't present. You didn't present, can I shuffle your deck? If they give you any grief, call a judge. That's the other thing. In a real life tournament, do not ever feel guilty about calling a judge if you don't understand something, or if your opponent disagrees with you about something that you know is a rule or something true. Call a judge. That's their job. They're there for that reason, to help you out and make sure everybody's experience goes smoothly according to the rules. And, you know. What is this? Jeskai Tempo? I want to go Founding into Bitter, but I don't have anything good to discard, so I'm just going to go with this guy first. That's the first thing. You make sure you always... Oh, Pauper Tournament. Sweet. Okay, nice. That's going to be super fun. I could take another Bitter Triumph here. I think I'm going to take Founding, though, right? You know, I'm sure everybody... Pauper can get really complicated. There are some very complex decks. So, again, don't ever feel bad about calling a judge, that kind of stuff. Don't care about this guy. What else? I'm trying to think of like the quick, fast things I could say that might actually be relevant here. You know, don't get intimidated. Play slow. Don't get rushed. I know some players play very quickly. I can play very quickly in real life if I know the deck well. And that like makes other players uncomfortable sometimes. A lot of really competitive players will use that to their advantage to try and kind of intimidate the opponent. I've had people try to do this to me all the time. Don't ever feel rushed. Take your time every turn. Think about everything. Do your thing. Don't, you know, your opponent's faceless. Don't worry about who they are. Don't sit, you could sit down across from LSV. You gotta pretend it's not him. It's just a random opponent. Focus on the cards in the game. The opponent doesn't matter. The cards in the game are what matters, right? Okay. I have double black. I think I'm just gonna discard land here and kill this. I've got Terror Tide next turn, but I need them to overextend a little bit here. I'm not gonna Terror Tide 2 creatures. Okay. I'll mill, and this could be an Atraxa. Yep, I'll take it. Ooh, hold up. Let's go Island. Yeah. Bonk. Oh, maybe they have a counter spell. No, okay. Well, that happened. Thank you. Appreciate that. Turn 4 Atraxa gets him every time. Yeesh. Take Eclipse and Terror Tide. Jace out. Vault. Whale, not going to be great against cheap creatures. I still like it because of the Ponder ability, but... Do I change anything else? They might bring in counter magic against me? What am I even playing against here? Jeskai Tempo? Weird. White Boros Convoke is great. Why we're playing blue for this? What else? Why are we playing blue? Counter magic, right? It's gotta be. Could side in Duress. Duress is very weird against the creature deck, though. I think I can just take my time, basically. Sorry, I'm gonna catch up with you guys. I'm trying to play here. Platinum floor seems a lot harder. Yeah, I agree, Dilihana. Yeah, Platinum and Diamond are tough. Once you get to Mythic, it's like nobody gives a shit anymore. Everybody's playing goofy decks and stuff. But in Platinum and Diamond, people are really trying to win. They want to get to Mythic, right? Get the max rewards or whatever. MTG top 8, good. You're having a squiz? What is that? I've never heard that expression. Having a squiz. You're looking. Yeah, that's how you do it, Yaga, for sure. I mean, and I'm not saying you have to do it card for card, but like look at those top 8 lists. They give you so much inspiration. They give you that like, oh shit, look at this person playing this in their sideboard. Damn. I never even thought about, yeah, I get it. That makes sense in this deck. Let me try one of those, you know? That's how you find the things that work eventually. I'm not arrogant enough to think that I'm as good at deck building as all the thousands of players out there. They're way better than me. So I don't even try. I know other people, you know, they enjoy deck building. I just show me the best deck, and then I want to learn to play that deck and tweak that deck. Great. I don't want to build a Corvette. Give me a race car, and then let me tune the race car. I'm not going to build it from scratch. You kidding? Never. Yeah, the lands are rough. But the mana base is one of the first things you should craft because it is one of the things you'll get the most use out of over the year, right? 2 years, 3 years that they're going to be legal or whatever. But yeah, you just have to bite the bullet. That you can't do anything about, the economy. But I wish there were pauper tourneys near me too, Charlie. Yeah, Dilly. Oh, see, same with me. I never play in real life anymore. Yeah, Jessica, I convoke. Yeah, so let me hear you, Darbs. The Shuffler. Yeah, there's a possibility that someone somewhere has gotten flooded every game they played. You're right. It is possible. No. Yeah, and they don't have that. But there's no evidence that they have anything like that, right? There is nothing to let someone get screwed X amount of times. Somebody probably has been screwed 10 games in a row or whatever, but out of all the millions of games being played on here, yeah, like how are you gonna, if it's one person out of millions and millions, is that, oh, I'm in trouble here. Oh no, they're out of cards? Wow. So they can't have a land and an Imidane's recruiter here, right? So let's go Founding into Bitter Triumph, discard the Vaultborn Tyrant, kill this Warden of the Inner Sky. Now I'm very close to casting, well, no, I'm not very close to casting a Squirming Emergence. I've got a fetch land plus an Archaeologist, which is not bad here. I might be able to emerge, plus the Mill 4 from this. If I find a Squirming Emergence off Archaeologist, we might be in good shape here. Mill 4. Yeah, that's a lot of permanence. Let's go Archaeologist first. Squirming? Yes! Wow. Wow. They're in trouble. Can you smell? Can you smell it? We're 6 away and I've got a Fabled Passage. They know I have this, but they don't know I have 7. Block. Okay, so I get to cast the card out of the yard here, but I'm not going to. That's, oh, and the Founding is 7 as well, right? What? I don't have a green source? What the fuck? I milled all my green! No! I could have played Yavimaya Coast, but I thought I had a green mana in my deck still. I didn't even look at my graveyard, you piece of shit. Both forests? There's only one forest. Do I only have one basic forest in my deck? I thought I could have sworn I had 2. I have one goddamn forest, son of a bitch. Oh, god damn it. That is so ridiculous. Fucking oops. Go. Durr. Yeah, Smoltron, my bad. I only had 1 green. I didn't realize. I forgot I had 1 green mana in this deck. I could have sworn. Because I used to have 2. When I first was playing with the list I found online, I had 2. And then I cut 1. I deserve to lose. I'm playing fast. I'm trying to catch up to the chat here. I just didn't even think about checking my graveyard. Whoops. Yup. Yup. Okay. Durr. I'll give you a free one, Boopster. That one's on the house. Merry Christmas, you filthy animal. I'm coming for you now.
Now I'm fucking pissed. No more punts.
Okay, Tagyagidugu, take care. Little one is restless and waking up. Okay, have a good one, man. Dilly, you help run drafts. Yeah, that's awesome, dude. Payne Ostrich saying, oh, sorry, let me catch up with you guys. Try to show the local some love. Yeah. It's far, though. 2 hours away is wild. That's not even local. 2 hours away isn't even local, right? It's crazy. Probability rare things aren't rare. Yeah, right. I mean, depending on the sample set, yeah, you do anything enough, then it's not even rare things are going to happen often, right? Yeah. Home Alone reference? Yeah, you got that? Nice. Okay, hold on. God, I can't believe I punted that game away like an idiot. Okay, so I'm going to keep this. We'll go Fabled on 1. God. I had Yavimaya Coast in my hand. I just had to pay 1 life. And then I get, like, the Tyrant back, or I don't even know what I had. Did I have an Atraxa in the yard? I mean, maybe Atraxa's not good enough there, but that's probably not. It would have probably been okay. I think I had the Vaultborn Tyrant, though. That would have been fine, too. Gain 3 life, draw a card, and then if they kill it, I get another 3 life, draw a card. This is why it's so funny. Like, you know, it bothers me so much, but I really have to just accept that it is just it's streaming. It's the way this goes. I can't focus 100% on the game. And this is the kind of game you really have to focus 100% on to not make any mistakes. You must focus 100%. Streaming is just, it's impossible to not punt. You just, I don't know. And at first you're like, God, I'm so bad. Like, why do I keep doing this? And then you realize it's not really you. It's just the way every pro, I see LSV punt on stream and stuff. I see lots of people. Reed Duke has done it. Gabe Nassif has, like, Hall of Fame pros punt on stream. So you can't beat yourself up too much if you're making silly mistakes. But I have to be more careful here, though. I don't want to make mistakes. I feel like it's garbage content if I make mistakes all the time. I'm gonna go... Yeah, I guess I'm gonna go Dark Slick. I'm gonna do this now. Couple of reasons. I don't want... Well, you know what? Maybe I should kill Frontliner because then they can... Oh, no, but I don't care, right? If they explode or whatever, make 3 dudes, whatever that thing's called. I think I want to do this now because I know they've sided in counter magic. I just want to kill this guy now before I try and do it on their turn. They counter it and they get the pump, and now I'm down to like 14 or whatever. Let's just kill it now. I think that's fine. Would love an untapped land. We're at X is 5 here for Squirming. Warden. They're off to a slow start. It's going to be trouble. Great pickup there. Don't need that. One more permanent in the yard. Now we do this. Mill 4. Okay. Now I've got Squirming out of the yard. Cast the one with the multiverse. That's a pretty good one. And then I'll cast Terror Tide for free. Oh, big swings. Oh, I thought if they did that, they were going to have the Imidane's Recruiter, but they didn't even have Recruiter here? Okay. Take some damage, I guess. I'm going to put a one with the multiverse into play. They might be able to counter that, I guess. Oh, they could have a counter spell here, huh? I gotta still do it. And then if they counter this, then I just do it again next turn, right? Yeah, let them counter this. Next turn we'll have Squirming Emergence for one with the multiverse, and then I Terror Tide, so... Yep. Deal. Why is it giving me priority? I can't do anything. It just gave me priority for some reason. The programmers are good enough that... Yeah, Pain Ostrich, exactly. That's the thing people always forget with conspiracy theories. Do you know how hard it is for anything to be kept secret in this day and age? It's almost impossible. If more than like 5 people know about a thing, it's getting out there, you know? Let alone some conspiracy theories are built around the idea that there are thousands of people who all... I die, I guess. Oops. Nice top deck. Who all are in on it, and they're all like, you know, it's batshit crazy. If you just step back and go, wait a minute, how likely is it for thousands of people to all be keeping this secret, you know, from you? Oh, whatever. Unlucky. I lose that match. Unlucky and my mistake. I think we win match game 2 and we just win the match, but my bad. I don't really care. The conspiracy, the big overarching conspiracy theories are just so bizarre, but people just are so deep they can't step back and look at it from the outside. Like, look at the whole situation, like, in context. And I think you would realize, like, there's no way that this could be true. There's no way that aliens, governments have secret alien ships and blah, blah, all the crazy theories from, like, the 60s and all that shit. Like that, you know, it just takes anybody to go, what? Like, no, that, you know, surely some government worker, so, oh no, but they keep you silent. You're telling me the government murders everybody who works for them so the secret doesn't get out? Like, wouldn't that itself get out when people are disappearing by the hundreds because they need to keep the secret? Like, what, at what point do you, like, you're just not living in reality anymore? You're not considering what actual... Like, stop to think about, is that possible before you start, you know, just believing it. People just, I don't know, it's wild. Sparky, yeah. So Sparky, if you go on YouTube, that's what they use to try and prove that the shuffler's rigged. It's some dude making a video with Sparky, and they go like, they're playing BO1. They go, look, I'm just going to make a deck with 1 land. And all spells. And watch, I can mulligan. I'll never find the land. They're like, what? You're playing best of one. There's a hand smoother, and there's like, it's gonna always give you a good curve of cards. You're never gonna get the land or whatever. Like, there's these weird like videos where people think it proves something, but it's just proving that they don't know how the hand smoother works in best of one against Sparky. Like, it's crazy. And Wizards has gone on the record. They've said, look, there's a hand smoother, and you know, Historic Brawl is matched by your commanders and stuff. Like, that's how we have to do it. Otherwise, commander players complain because it's casual Magic. You know, Historic Brawl is so powerful. Am I gonna keep this? A little risky, but Historic Brawl is such a powerful, like, Commander is such a powerful format. You have to rule 0, and that's what that is. Okay, you have Atraxa as your commander. Okay, you can only play against people with Atraxa and Rusko and whatever other goofy legendary they're playing. I'm gonna get the green source here. But anyway, it's wild. Incredibly complicated. Yeah, Lee, exactly. It's yeah, and that's the funny thing. Like, these devs, they can't even get the cards to work right. There's cards that are bugged all the time when new sets drop and stuff. They don't even work right. You're telling me they have the power and ability to find, like, the amount of fine tuning to rig for, like, what, on an individual level or based on some metric or something? Like, people like to say, yeah, like, I'm playing this kind of deck, so I always get paired against that kind of deck. It's rigged. It's like, what? Play at a different time of day. It'll be a totally different story, I bet. Play in a different region. It'll probably be different again. Okay, let's do this. White over here. Okay, whale. Wail on you. I'm gonna wail on you. No, that's not how that song... I'm pretty sure that's how that song went. Picklock finds us a Squirming Emergence, hopefully, here. Yep. 2/2s. I guess I'm gonna see a Caretaker's Talent here. Oh no. Artifacts, interesting. Hand Smoother, yeah. Yeah. Limited amount of spirits can still allow a person to have, absolutely. Yes, exactly, E-Darbs. Yep. It's a sample size issue, though. It's a number of games issue. If I only play 3 games, I could easily get mana screwed 3 games in a row. That's not that uncommon, actually. But I've got to look at my... Yeah, okay. I probably should be playing more basics in this deck, to be honest. Let's get the planes out before I mill it. Okay. Picklock pass. And then end step Picklock. And hopefully find a Squirming Emergence. I've already got 10 permanents in the yard, so I can slam that portal or the one with the multiverse into Atraxa. Whatever I want here. Mono White's not going to be able to do anything about it either. Nothing. Can't even attack me? Brew. Why are you playing one color, dude? The mana's good in Standard. You don't have to be, you know... God damn it. I can't find a Squirming Emergence to save my life here. Guess I'll do this. Fine. All the things, I guess. Discard a card. Let's see if we can find a Squirming Emergence here. Emerge!
Emerge from the swamp. Squirming.
Oh, come on. Fine. No blue, can't even cast this? Super weak. Could play the Wastes. I'm just gonna go Botanical Sanctum here. I don't care about leaving up the Bitter Triumph right now. I'm getting close to casting Atraxa here. I might actually hard cast it this game, we'll see. Sorry, let me catch up with you guys. Jeez. Unreal Limited, yeah. Right, and it happens in paper too, right. Yeah. The rules engine is very complex, and oh, you're right, David Tron, and I'm not, you know, I'm just saying, the devs have a hard enough job as it is. You're right, yes. It's hard enough to program all the cards to just work correctly. They often can't even do that. So why would you think they can rig the programming to, like, affect people's, things? That's what I meant. Like, yeah, I'm not trying to say that they're bad at their jobs. It's a very hard job. So why would you think they can rig anything? It's crazy. But yeah, that's That's why I said that. Okay, let's see if we can get a squirming emergence. One time squirming. Squirm? Oh, come on. Well then. They're gonna have sweepers, right? Why would they play Beza? I'm gonna jam this anyway. I feel like they're gonna Sunfall or something, but it's so bizarre to play Beza and then Sunfall. I don't know what's going on. Alright, they know I have a Terror Tide, of course. Punch you in the face. Go. A not conspiracy, the matchmaker is biased. It is a conspiracy. That is a conspiracy theory, Russian guy. That is bullshit. That is not true. False. Wrong. Sorry, but not trying to be rude, but it's absolutely false. Prove it. If you disagree with me, prove it. There is no evidence of any of that. None. Yeah, pain. Shoveler's rigged, yeah. Governments can't even organize a piss up in a brewery. Yeah, well, that's what I mean, Destrodium. That's what's so funny, right? I mean, governments have a very hard job just running. You know, like, most people just have no clue how a country is run. They don't know even what their fucking taxes are for, or where they go. They, like, there needs to be, like, you know, more education about that kind of stuff, but it's not like the government's hiding shit. It's just people are stupid. They don't want to learn. They don't want to know anything. They don't want to read anything. They just want their information in bite-sized chunks that they can easily just digest. Look at how popular TikTok is. You know, YouTube is an active format, right? You're on YouTube, you're searching. I'm looking for stuff specifically that I want to see. Some people can just sit there and look through video after video and let the algorithm do its thing, sure. But for the most part, when I use YouTube, when most people use YouTube, they're searching for something. TikTok or, like, I don't know, Instagram, you're just being fed content by an algorithm. And it's so weird that, like, people don't realize that you are having videos specifically sent to you. That's what they want. Like, they just want to not even think about it. Just show me. Like, it's like flipping channels on TV. I hated doing that when I was when TV was a thing. I hated it. God damn, I can't draw a I can't draw a squirming emergence. I could have drawn an untapped land to slam Atraxa there, but let's just attack for 2. I hated channel surfing. Remember sitting there changing, go, oh, mom, dad, there's nothing on TV. Oh, like, what am I going to watch? Put in a movie in the VCR, son. I've seen everything like 8,000 times. You know, now we have, like, the internet is so different. I don't know. It's so weird. The States is a special case, but yeah. But even in Canada and stuff, I mean, there's so much that, you know, the government has to do to think that they could keep the lid on some huge conspiracy theory. Give me a break. That's why they don't even try. They don't like try and hide things. I imagine, I wonder, you know, you see those Hollywood movies, like the asteroid is coming toward Earth and everybody's gonna die, and the governments of the Earth find out first. And do they tell people? I don't know. Yeah, I'm just gonna Bitter Triumph this thing, I think. I don't know. I could see them not telling people, and I would understand. I think I would understand that okay. I would be like, yeah, well, if you all got together and ran all these scenarios and went, yeah, like, if we tell people it's going to be anarchy and they're, you know, we might be able to save people if we don't let the whole world devolve into anarchy. We need to spend our resources to tackle this. Let's not tell anybody, you know? That makes sense to me. But other people would lose their minds. They'd be like, oh, what the fuck? They kept this from us, blah, blah, blah. It's like they just can't, like, see that. They have no vision, or they can't understand the big picture. They can't see it. It's like they can't see the forest for the trees, or whatever the expression is, you know? They're just like, that always is weird to me, that people can't, like, step back and look at the full picture here. It's not just this tiny little example. Okay. VCR, yeah, oh yeah. Oh, we had a whole collection of, and every time you put it in, it's like, FBI warning, do not copyright, blah, blah, blah. We're like, fast forward this shit, come on. I love that the government and, like, agencies have always been trying to crack down on this. The recording agency. Oh, in the news this week, Kim.com, the guy who owns Mega Upload, now defunct, you know, file sharing site, extradited to the US after 15 years to face charges for basically Hollywood, and a bunch of, like, big movie producers are suing them for $500 million, saying they lost money because people were pirating their copyrighted content on his site, right? It's like, what? And 500 million over like 10 years? That's nothing for Hollywood. That's like, they barely lost anything. What are they even, they're dragging this guy all the way to the States. Crazy. It's fucking stupid. Remember when Metallica freaked out over Napster? Idiots. And God, that was their reputation, just going boom right into the shitter. And after that, it never came back. Not for me anyway. Lars Ulrich, he became a pariah. I'm gonna ditch Terror Tide here. They're probably gonna sweep now, but I have Squirming Emergence, so feeling pretty good over here. This is gonna be an interesting game. Mono white control, of course. They're gonna have Sunfalls. I'm expecting one now. No? Wow, double Caretakers. It's really weird. All these decks playing Builder's Talent. That card seems like really shitty. Ah, there's the Sunfall. Sure. So what should I do here? I have Portal. I have one with the Multiverse. I have 18 cards in my deck. I need to loop a bunch of Jaces, I think, right? I probably just need to loop a bunch of Jaces to win this game. So, let's keep playing giant things. Just need to find a Jace. I'm going to save my emergence for when I have Jace, and then I can just go, Jace, mill, emerge Jace, mill, founding, squirming, Jace, mill. And that's it. They lose, right? I already have 2 ways to bring back Jace. I just need to find my one Jace. Is it in the yard already? Maybe I should look. It's in the yard! Of course it is. Okay, I'm just going to win with that, I think. Sunfall again! Can you crack and swing? No. Squirming Emergence. Jace. Okay, hold on, guys. I'm going to catch up with the chat here. Just give me a minute. Let me deck this opponent here. Yeah. Jace. Thought I was going to kill you with damage? You can have your Bezas, dude. Have all the Bezas in the world. I could do 4 here and then bounce with Whale. Oh, did I play a land this turn? I did. Shit. Okay. I could go 4 here and then bounce it, but... Nah. We have another Squirming? We have no more Foundings. We have 3 more Squirming Emergence. Yeah, this game's over. Nice. Okay, let me catch up. VCRs, yeah. The attempt on Trump was set up... Oh, no sane person was saying that. That was insane. Yeah, some idiots are saying that online because they'll just say whatever, you know, anything to wound the other side. It's always the other side, no matter what happens. But most sane people weren't even saying that, right? But yeah, people are nuts. I do a lot of drafts for my Personal Spirits. Matchmaker seems to pair you with the same colors. You think so? I mean, okay, but Just Russian Guy. Okay, I think you're right. I'm not saying you are imagining things. I think you're right. You usually get paired against a lot of the same colors. Why? Because some colors are way more popular than other colors. Like if I'm playing green in my deck in Bloomburrow, I'm probably going to play against a lot of green decks because it's the most played color in the format. Everybody kind of consensus agrees it's the best deck or the best color in the format, right? So, you know, but this is what I'm saying. Like, unless you think about that, to you, it just seems like you're playing against the same color decks. Well, yeah, because those are the most popular colors, right? So you're playing them more often than like, I'm playing green, white, and green, black, and stuff like that way more than I'm playing blue, red otters or blue, black rats, you know? So yeah, I'm probably going to play against a lot of other decks that are playing the same stuff as me, right? It kind of just, that makes sense. I don't know. That's what it is. That's what's going on there, but I get it. It doesn't feel like that. I know. It feels like it's like, why am I playing against the same decks all the time? But that's why, right? It makes sense when you think about it that way. Some colors are more popular. You're going to be playing that more often, and your opponents will be as well. Therefore, yeah, you'll be playing against it more often. You know, I'm the blue-red otters deck. You're not going to play against... If you're the least played deck in the format, and you play against the same archetype a bunch, You're either losing a bunch, that's the other thing, right? Let's say I play blue-red otters, and it's not a good archetype. It's got a low win rate. That's going to make you end up going into the losers bracket more often, where you're going to play against other people who are also in the losers bracket because they're drafting the worst deck. They tried to make otters work, and it didn't happen. So now you're playing against each other going, what? This is the least played deck, and I just played against it 3 times in a row. Yeah, because you're in the losers bracket now. That's just the ranking. It's trying to match you with people that are like, if you're 6-0, it's going to match you against somebody who is also 6-0 or a good record, right? So again, these kind of things have a reason. They all have a reason they're happening. It's not rigged. It's not biased. It's just you're not considering all the facts. Like everything. That's like almost every conspiracy theory. The only way conspiracy theories work is if you ignore fact and reality. This is what's happening. So right, but are you losing more when you're playing blue? Probably, Russian guy. I mean, unless you can show me a spreadsheet, you've got to keep track of every single deck, and even that sample size is going to be too small. But look at 17 lands. When you look at all the colors, blue is the worst color by far. When you end up playing blue, you're probably not winning as much, which means you're going to be playing against other people who aren't winning as much, and you're going to be playing against more blue decks, right? It makes sense. It has to do with what's good and what's seeing play. Hold on, let me think about this. So I'm going to go duress, negate. Jaces seem amazing. They can't beat Jace. Frillback seems good. I don't think I need portals. I'm going to take out portals. I don't think I need Vaultborn. I don't think I need Harvester. Terratide, Whale, Archaeologist. Okay, let's do that. Okay, here we go. Right? I mean, that's what's going on there. Yeah. Anyway, and we're using this set as an example, but every set has this kind of breakdown, right? There is a least played color, least played deck. Yeah. Well, nobody knows the coding, right? They don't release any of this, but 17 Lands has a ton of data on this, right? The 17 Lands data is not made up. It's legit data. Right. Nobody can say anything right, but it just doesn't make any sense for any reason. There's no motive. What reason? What motive? Whenever you're investigating a crime, the first thing they look for is motive. Ask any police officer, detective, you name it, FBI. Motive is more important than anything else. Motive will point you to the person doing it. If somebody has no motive to commit a crime, they shouldn't even be considered as a suspect. Like, that already makes them very unlikely to have committed the crime. Wizards has zero motive for rigging anything. In fact, they have a ton of disincentive to do it, right? If they get caught doing that, if it ever got out that they did anything, that would be it. They would be finished. Nobody would use their client anymore. It would be disaster. Why would they risk it? For what? Again, these are very obvious basic questions that people who believe conspiracy theory shit don't even ask themselves. It's like, what motive would Wizards have to do this? They would have to spend resources to do it and put a bunch of people on this to try and make this happen, to be able to rig the client. For what? It doesn't make any sense. They would never do it. That's where you should just stop right there at the very surface. The first question, what is the motive here? Zero. They have none. Oh. So if they have no motive, why are we even talking about this? It makes no sense for them to do it, is what you're saying? Yes. Okay, then we can move on, right? Like, let's stop. Okay, let's pop this. Can bring this back over and over. It's gonna be great. Tranquil Frillback. Boop. No cards for you. They had 2 of them last game, and we still decked them out. Oh, Dawn Stress. What? Why? What does this do against me? I sided in Frillback, but all the stuff they saw in game 1, what is this doing? It does not stopping anything. Permanence you control. It doesn't even stop them from getting milled by Jace. Why would you side that in? I don't understand. Okay, well, alright. Got me. That's a card. They spent a card to stop the trigger from my card. Deal. Okay. Yeah. I might beat her Triumph this. Toss Atraxa, but I'm not reanimating Atraxa anytime soon. Meanwhile, I'm 2 lands away from casting it, right? Yeah, if they do this, though. Kill that. Let's just discard Atraxa. Sure. Any more Dawn's Truces? No. Yeah, that makes no sense. You and permanents you control. Wait, so is it target? Oh, it is target player. Okay, so they can stop Jace, I guess. That's why they said. Okay, that does make sense. You and permanents you control. Okay, okay. Yeah, that does. But okay, just bringing in the one card to try and stop the Jace. I guess so. Okay, let's go Founding. Let's mill, baby. Hold on, guys. This is an interesting discussion. There's a lot to say, but I want to play games of Magic here. I don't want to get totally derailed by the discussion, so I'm gonna keep playing here. I can just bring back Atraxa now. I probably should do that. Oops. Atraxa. Bonk. Refill. Ooh, I like negate. Let me take a negate. Yeah. Wow. Draw 6. Feels pretty good. Can discard a land, probably. The one they know about. All right. Oh, I should have discarded one with the multiverse, but I'm actually close to casting that as well. Sunfall here, and then what? I just cast another Atraxa, and how are you getting ahead here? It don't make no sense. Yeah, I could do that. Bring back Frillback? Yeah, sure. Oop. Keeps leaving up my white for some reason. It's bizarre. Just once. Duress. Oh, look at all this silly nonsense. Jesus. That thing is not great, but I'll take it. Dawn's Truce. Elesh Norn. Sure. Can't do much about Elesh Norn either here, sadly. Need to find a Bitter Triumph. Okay. I have 9 cards in my yard? Probably... Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. That's not the card. That's the one I want to play. Founding is exiled? Where's Founding? I could bring back Founding here, and then Founding casts Bitter Triumph. That's kind of interesting. So they can Eternal Wanderer. They have Boonbringer Valkyrie. They're gonna go Boonbringer or something. Yeah, Eternal Wanderer minus kills my thing. So I need to... This is only on my turn. Yeah, so I need to do this now. How do I do this? I could Picklock to try and find a removal spell. I just need to find another Bitter Triumph. I have 3 more in the deck. Am I gonna do this, really? Bounce the thing. I should just draw cards. I'm gonna mill them and draw. I can't draw a bunch of cards here, but... Bitter Triumph off the top. Okay. No attacks. So as long as I can draw Bitter Triumph here, if they demo field me, I'm not gonna shuffle. They can distract themselves with Jace. I don't mind that. Gotta kill Elesh. The Dawn's Truce could keep it alive. But I've got Negate for the Truce, so I think I'll be fine. Send it to the air. Indeed. Look at all that damage. Did I... Oh, I took out my sweepers, right? Yeah, I just have Bitter Triumph on top. Sure. Jace down. Jace will come back soon enough. Land off the top? Jace on the top? Don't need to cast this for free. I'll discard a card. Discard Blooming Marsh. They Dawn's Truce. And we negate. Scoop it up. It's over. Too many good ones over here. Ooh, interesting. Okay. Well, in that case, I'll play this for free. Okay. Huh. Interesting. I guess Fabled gets Forest. I have 24 cards left. Okay, so let's go Founding on the top. Jesus, I have so many options here. Let's go Whale. Bounce target. I have 5 mana left. I'm leaving up Negate for sure. So that's 3 mana left. I'm not going to Jace, right? I get to choose one of these. I'll just take Squirming. Okay, and then I can go Founding, kill the Angel. Leave up Negate, right? Let's do this. Bitter Triumph. I'll discard a card. I don't think I need Prankster anymore. Let's just discard that. Kill your thing. Is it time for a Dawn's Truce now? Sure. Go. I'm negating the Planeswalker. I don't care about Dawn's Truce anymore. Demo fields? Sorry, I'll catch up with you guys in a sec. I know there's been a lot of chit-chat there. I'm going to catch up, I promise, but... Hold on. No. That's it. Once I had that negate in hand, that was it. They're done. You can mill 4. How many do you have? 34? That might be... I don't want that land on top, so let's shuffle that away. Thank you. Appreciate that. They're not coming back from that. Mono white doesn't have a chance against this deck. Same with black green mid range and all the mid rangey slow decks. Domain. We just crush all of those decks. I think only blue white control is tricky, and aggro. Aggro can be a little bit tricky. Those are the only 2 matchups that I feel like are not great. But anyway, sorry guys. I'm gonna catch up here. Meta's worse for mono blue, right? MMR. Yeah, there is MMR going on, right? You are going to be playing against more losing decks if you're doing a lot of losing and vice versa, right? Rigging is the point of matchmaking. Is the sole reason. Well, that's not rigging. That's like if you're talking about MMR, that's totally different, right? Yeah, matchmaking if it's MMR based or if it's skill based matchmaking like PUBG or games like that. Yeah, that's not rigging your deck though. Now we're talking about something totally different, right? Matchmaking has nothing to do with the shuffler. First we were talking about the deck, the shuffler, the odds of getting mana screwed, the odds of getting, and then now we're talking about getting paired against other decks. That's just your MMR putting you against the same ranked opponents, right? So, like I go on Reddit and go to the Magic Arena subreddit, and every other day there's somebody going, I don't get it. Why do I play against all these decks that have 200 cards in them, or 100 cards, or 80 cards, or whatever? And people immediately are like, because you are losing a lot, because your deck is losing. When you're losing a lot, you're playing against other decks that lose a lot, which is people who don't really play competitive Magic, so they just put 100 cards in their deck in standard or whatever. Like they haven't studied the game at all, you know? You're in that bracket. That's what's happening. So yeah, matchmaking is a different thing altogether. There's skill-based matchmaking. It's based on, well, not skill-based, but MMR in Arena, right? So yeah, that is what that is. But that's different than the shuffler and stuff, right? The MMR thing, yeah. It needs to be there. I mean, that's, yeah. But the MMR has nothing to do with your deck. The MMR has nothing to do with the cards in your deck. It has to do with your win rate. So again, it's not the same thing. You're talking about something totally different. That doesn't mean anything's rigged. That's rankings. That's how every ranking works. Yeah. But that has nothing to do with the decks you play against. You're just playing against other bad people. Maybe they're playing the same bad deck you are. That could be why you're seeing a lot of the same deck. But it has nothing to do with the deck itself. It has to do with the MMR, right? Yeah. What's up, Magic Expert? How you doing? The forced mirrors, yeah. So those kind of things have to do with MMR, and that has nothing to do with your deck. The mirror is happening because your deck is bad and their deck is bad, or your deck is very good and their deck is very good. You have a really good white-green deck. You're going to be doing better in the ranking. You're going to be, your MMR is going to be higher. You're going to be playing against other people who are better, who are drafting better decks. And in Limited, in Bloomburrow, that means green decks. That means white decks. That means you're not going to be playing. And then if you lose a lot, well, yeah, maybe you're playing a lot of blue decks, and then you're playing against a lot of blue decks in the losers bracket. That's not rigged. That's matchmaking. That's something else entirely. That has nothing to do with your deck. It has to do with your win rate. The win rate doesn't matter what deck you're playing. But it's funny because, again, you're going to be playing against decks that are bad when your deck is bad a lot, and now you think it's rigged. It's not. Anyway, yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so, like, we already know it's random. Like, look at 17 lands. 17 lands has way more data than you or me or any of us, all the people in this channel right now put together. There's more data on 17 lands than all of us combined. And you look at that and you can very clearly see, you know, the trends. So, yeah, like, take that into consideration when you think it's weird that you're playing against the same deck over and over. Have you been doing well recently? What colors are you playing? What colors are you know, are you in the losers bracket with all the other people not doing very well? Are you in the winners bracket with all the people doing very well? Your decks are probably going to look similar depending on what bracket you're in, right? That's just common sense. That's how that works. But anyway, the ranking thing has nothing to do with being rigged. That's kind of my point here. None of it is rigged. It's matchmaking for based on your win rate, your MMR, and how well you've been doing. It's really easy to prove if you start a new account. That really will show you. Because your fresh, brand new account will start with a much higher MMR than a lot of people's accounts currently have. A lot of people's accounts they've lost a lot, they've won a lot, but overall they've lost more than they won, and the MMR is rough. So if they start a new account, suddenly it feels like they're playing against all new opponents. Yeah, because you're playing against other people with good MMR. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, I didn't take Whale. Oops. I thought I had Whale. What did I take? Oh, I took Squirming Emergence over Whale. Right. Okay. Let's mill 4 here. I need to find a way to put Cruelty in my yard. Okay, there's a Cruelty in the yard. Now I need to find a way to ditch this Atraxa. So why don't I go... Oh, it's Blue-White Control. Fuck off. I hate playing against Blue-White Control with this deck. It's almost... It's tough. It's very hard for this deck to beat Blue-White. Okay, I didn't realize what I was playing against here. 4 out of 8. Pass. I'm not going to go for Jace yet. I'm going to wait till I have 5 mana, then 3 mana Jace. Or, I don't know. No, what am I saying? I'm going to try and play around No More Lies, but... I don't think it's going to be good enough. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to do this. I have land. I guess I take Founding. There. Pass. 6 mana. So if I draw an untapped land next turn, I go Jace. Otherwise, maybe I go Founding. Sure. Oh, man. They're going to No More Lies whatever I play here. Kill my own guy. Discard Atraxa. Squirming Emergence. I want to force these counters. Squirm. Force the counter. King Case, what's up? Squirming Emergence. Oh, yeah. Playing some Squirming. Ooh, nice. It's better than an Exile because now we can bring it back with Founding. No More Lies would have been worse for us there. Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. Oh, nice. 77% win rate still on. Nice. 15 games. Good. Best of 3? 15, like, matches. Best of 3 matches. Did they just tap out? Wow. Oh. Okay. What? Why would you tap out there? I could Cruelty here, but why not? I could just slam something huge. Crazy. Vaultborn's not bad, but Atrax is the truth. Let's take Fairy, Founding Land. Oh, let's get Fabled. Squirming? Sure. Hope I didn't mill all my basics. I never check. I just fetch. It's how I lost the match against Boros. That was hilarious. Werf, what's up? New player doesn't understand control? What do you mean? What? Played 14 land mono red deck in the play and qualifier. Nice. Every loss I had, 7 of them was versus blue at control. Oh, that's shitty, Go Calper. Yeah, because that should be a pretty good matchup, I think, for aggro. Blue white still has problems against aggro. Like, they have to find that temporary lockdown early and stuff. It is very good, though. Like, Stinol, yeah, doing well with it. I believe it. I think blue white is very good. I think I've got to change my blue white version to play the Caretaker's Talent, or whatever it's called. I think that's what they're doing. Otherwise, they wouldn't be playing Elspeth. Not a chance in hell. So they don't have a No More Lies here. Nice. They should have played that first, but they're not playing this very well, I think, but I'm probably just going to cast the huge thing. Vaultborn? Maybe Cruelty? Let's put a Cruelty into play and look at their hand. It's possible I should do that. Otherwise, I slam Vaultborn. I feel like they're going to Sunfall me, though, right? I'm going to go for Cruelty here. Get a little bit more value. I can also Demonic Tutor something up. Our win con is Jace. Jace is going to be what actually wins us the game here, I think. Another Beza I don't really care about. Yeah, of course they have a Sunfall. Just take Elspeth. So I could bring back another big dude. I don't think I should. Let's just punch. They're going to get lost my guy. Sure. So should I squirm it? Yeah, let's just do it again. How many cards do I have? 26. Am I taking Atraxa? I'm going to just take 3 cards here. Get my last basic. Okay. I think it's just one with the multiverse. Okay. Sunfall time, huh? So they top deck. They have this thing to ultimate if they want. Doesn't really do anything, though. Sunfall time. Okay. So I can Whale, bounce Elspeth. I get to DT here. I'm probably just going to get Squirming, right? Could just Bitter Triumph the Elspeth as well. I'm just going to Squirming. Squirming's insane. They have 45. They can't do anything. This is a treasure. They have 2 mana. They could have a No More Lies off the top here. I don't think they will, though, right? Let me think about this. So I can go Squirming Emergence, put 1 with the Multiverse into play. Then I cast Jace for free. Mill. Squirming is 3. I have 7. 2, 5. Yeah, so never mind. I just want to mill them out with Jace. I just have to make sure Jace resolves. I could just go Jace into Squirming right now and just double mill 30 cards. It's tempting. How many cards do I have? 20. Yeah, let's do this. Make them discard a card. And I think I'm going to Whale of the Forgotten, bounce that 4/4 token, make them discard another card here. Sure. Still hanging on to that unknown card there, which is a little interesting. discarding Beza. Okay. So do I go for the squirming here? I think I will. No more lies? Ooh, top decked. Pretty lucky. Doesn't matter. I don't need to discard that. Let's just discard this. It won't matter. You got lucky, but it's not lucky enough. You got to get lucky like 8 times in a row, I think, to stop us here. Beza, you can sit in the graveyard. I don't need you, honey. Let's go Vaultborn. Oh, the Tidebinder off the top. You luck sack. You are a luck sack, aren't you? Okay, you say so. Let's see here. I could just slam another Atraxa. I think I will. Use your counter magic. That's all you got left. Nice, they're done. Look at this. We still have a full grip against control. Nothing.